It has been a day today. It's in the early after, well, 3 o'clock, thereabouts. Linda should be on the way to getting the kids from school. I'm stuck here in the office doing things. If you can't tell, that's where I'm at. Ow. Blue Emu, the best stuff on earth, I guess. This hand is giving me a lot of problems. It's been, to those of you that are new to my channel, I'm kind of a retired cop. I mean, I was a street cop for a long time. Then when I retired, I was an investigator, which was a lot safer. I had a guy come at me with a knife, and well, this hand's been broken. I can't shut my fingers on it. It's been broken badly a couple of times. I had a guy stab me through the hand with a Gerber Mark 9, which is a big dagger that has serrated edges on down toward the hilt, and he stabbed in, twisted, and pulled out. When he did, he cut pieces of bone out with it. I'm not trying to gross you out, but I've had a few folks comment, well, you're such a, well, I won't say what they said, sissy. There's another word they used with a P, which I hate unless you're referring to a kitten or a cat. But that's the explanation for me wearing a black compression glove. I have two things in common with the actor Morgan Freeman. Number one, we're both ugly, and number two, we're both left-handed and have to wear a compression glove on our left hand. It's not fun. That's already given me some relief, as weird as that sounds. If I could buy Blue Emu and the other stuff I use by the case, I would. Like I said, or I think I said, Linda's getting the kids from school. Now, I will reiterate something. This channel is just for family and friends. It's not a channel to make money from. I've got another channel I'm going to be doing that with. I'm waiting on my computer to come back from my computer tech. He had a bad problem. His brother died, and I texted him again today. I had a spare that I gave Benjamin to use in his house to get the internet with, and it worked for about a week. And then it dawned on me why it's probably burnt up. He set it behind his television. You can't do that. You have to keep computers in a cool area. They have a tendency to overheat. And laptops, desktops, whatever, supercomputers like the two I've got in here, they overheat. This one overheats real bad if I don't. It's got 3 fans in it because it's got 3 computers in one, and it keeps it well cooled down. But I think he either burn up the processor on that one or the motherboard. I won't know until I get it to Neil. Like I said, Neil's brother died, and they had his funeral last week, and he texted me, well, almost back to normal, and I texted him, don't worry, still no rush, and there's not. You take care of you first. And I meant it, and I mean it. But the point I was making about this being for family and friends, I had other people watching this channel, and I caught grief from some of them. Hang on. Sorry about that, folks. Allergies are off scale today. I have a very stringent and ironclad sense of right and wrong. I really do. I didn't always used to be that way. I'm that way now. And family and a few friends know some of my background. I'm going to reiterate this. This little office isn't a man cave. It looks like it, but I actually make extra money for my family in here, and I still do a few covert consulting jobs. When I retired in June 3rd, 2006, it was retirement in name only. I still do a little bit of consulting for different intelligence groups. Yes, official ones and some unofficial ones. So, I had some folks take exception to me stating that I believe that Vladimir Putin is an evil man. And I absolutely stand by that conviction. I believe he is. Do I know he is? No, because nobody knows what's in another person's heart except God. And I'm not God, I promise you. Not even a smidgen. But the problem is, I had my opinion spread like wildfire through my friends on Facebook and elsewhere, different social media I belong to. And to bring this to a head in this vlog, I unfriended 11 people this morning. It takes a lot for me to unfriend and block somebody, and I did. I won't give their names. I don't know that any of them are friends with you. That's your position. I don't try to tell anybody who they can or cannot associate with or be friends with. That's not how I operate. But I will say this much. I got castigated and raked over the coals for me saying that Vladimir Putin is not a good man. I've got folks that were friends that absolutely believe that he's the good guy in this. Let me tell you something. And I've not posted anything on social media. This is not social media. This is a vlog for my mom and my brothers and my sister and family and friends. That's what this is. But I'm going to tell you right now, I know for a fact that Putin instructed his military leaders to bomb a maternity hospital. That's right, where babies are being born. He killed mothers and babies. Can you understand that? To those that will spy on this channel, the man murdered infants, newborn infants. The only word I can use to describe that is evil. The man is evil. I had a rough night last night. The reason I did, I have rough nights anyway. I've had enough damage to this overweight, fat, ugly, crippled body I've had so much blunt trauma to my body that it makes it nearly impossible to sleep sometimes. Last night, I couldn't get to the point I could lay down until about 3 in the morning, and I got up this morning at about 8:30. Then I laid back down, and then I got up about 9:30. Linda took the kids to school. She then came home and laid down. She made sure that I had something to eat this morning. And God bless her, she's the perfect wife, and she's my best friend of all friends. She really is. But I told her what I had. I have an intelligence group I used to belong to. You can believe that or not, but my family's met them. They've met many of them. And I still stay in communications with these guys, and I got an encrypted email last night telling me that Vladimir Putin had bombed a maternity hospital. Not just a maternity, he killed mothers and newborns. I know for a fact, I trust my sources. I can't say I know for a fact, but I trust who I'm getting information from. They're shooting civilians, men, women, and children. Women and children, little kids. The Russian military are murdering these people as they're trying to flee to Poland. And right now, Poland is worried that they could be next. That is evil behavior by any stretch of the imagination. I wasn't going to get into this stuff, and I'm hoping that YouTube doesn't put me in YouTube jail again, because if they do, I'll just quit YouTube. I have to find someplace else so that Mom can have me talk to her and tell her that I love her. That was about 12:15 that I started getting these communiques and encrypted emails. I won't say the name of the 3 individuals that were sending them to me, but it kept me up until 3, maybe 3:30. It made me sick to my stomach. And no, I'm not a lightweight. Anybody that would not be offended and not be sickened by someone killing mothers and children and newborn babies, then you need to resign from the human race. That's my opinion. And it bothered me. I'll tell you what, these are perilous times we live in. Whenever Linda and I travel somewhere, I go heavily armed. Now, just her going to school and getting the kids and coming back, that's no big deal at all. Even though they had a shootout in Davis about 3 weeks ago, overall, it's a safe town. We have a good police department. As far as large towns go, I like Ada because the tribe, the Chickasaw Nation, and the Light Horse Police Department will not put up with that nonsense over there. As a matter of fact, Linda and I are probably going to get a second home over there because that's where our doctors are. And we like Ada. We like everything about Ada. And used to, Ardmore, Oklahoma was my favorite place in the world. But my friend Chris Kimball, Kimball, out of Florida, let me know in a communique that Ardmore is the COVID capital of Oklahoma. and I believe that's so. You know, I hate it, but I won't name the motorcycle club, but there's an outlaw bike gang. One of their members was in Walmart yesterday. I snapped a photograph of him as he was leaving. He didn't know I did it. I did it with my phone. And I sent the information out to some buddies of mine in law enforcement. You can't really tell someone, you can't move here. There's a bit of a good fortune with Davis having a housing shortage, and that is they're not going to put a clubhouse in Davis. However, Sulphur, that's not the case. There are places they could rent or buy and basically establish a beachhead to run their drug deals out of. And Sulphur has a problem with that. Ardmore definitely has a problem with it. That's one reason I prefer to live where we live right now. Even though it's right off of Interstate 35, it's in the country and it is secure and it's convenient. If I need to go somewhere, I can get in the car or the van, and within 2 minutes I'm basically on the interstate heading either north or south. I like that, but I also like the fact that it's secure. It's a very good location. 2 mountains to keep tornadoes off of us. Beautiful, beautiful countryside here, and lots of clear, cold running water, and a lot of grass, and a lot of mountains, and a lot of wildlife. And this is where most of my friends from childhood and later adult life are from, is this area, and that's why I like it. You know, it's like home, and it is home. Linda and I we're either gonna buy a bumper pull RV, or we're just gonna buy some place out in the country over there. I don't make payments. I've made that statement many times. I just do not go in debt. I don't have sufficient money saved up yet to buy a place for cash outright, but if things happen like I want them to and what I'm working toward, I will have the money to just pay cash for a place. I was in here working on a computer that Benjamin had and found out it's no good. It's burnt up. Probably I'll have my technician Neil look at it. He hasn't got my other one back to me yet, but that's fine. There really and truly is no hurry. When you rush into things, most of the time, hang on a second. Benjamin Franklin is the one that coined this phrase, haste makes waste, and it really does. When you rush into something, you make mistakes, and I don't like having to redo things. I've had to do that a lot in my life. I'm not going to do it with this film venture I'm doing. I've got folks I used to work for in radio pestering me to go back on air. They still have to send me residuals, but they haven't quite figured out I don't have to have a job. I'm retired. I don't think they understood that fully. I have money coming in whether I work or not. But and that allows me a luxury I did not have when I was much younger, and that is I don't have to work. That gives me the opportunity to take my time and pay attention and do things right the first time. And that's why it took a while to get this old green top table done. It's taking a while to get that other computer back. I still haven't made a way to sufficiently lock my van to keep people out of it. I'm not going to do that today. Tomorrow it's supposed to snow and ice and rain and all that again. So when I leave here in a little bit and go back into the house, the heat's going to be on something other than low. I'll probably put it on medium. But if you take time to do what you're doing, as long as you're not being lethargic, it makes for a more harmonious outcome. And that is what my life is about right now. Not quantity of time, but quality of time. I've made so many bad mistakes in my life. I really have. Humongous mistakes. And everybody makes mistakes. I'm still making them now. I'm human. However, I've curtailed the stupidity quite a bit. At least I hope I have. Oh, okay. There's an old defunct Visa card I got right there, an old credit card. Let me show you what it's good for real quick. This is going to be fun. Voila! A guitar pick, and it's even got the part of my name there to help grip it. And I'll make some more in a minute. I've got several cards I need to cut into guitar picks. Not that I'm playing guitar anymore. I failed and I made a bad mistake. You know, I told you just then I make mistakes, and I did. Started eating sugar again. Well, I quit yesterday, and so that is one thing that a lot of people don't understand. Sugar is addictive. I think it's more addictive than anything. It makes you fat. If you've got arthritis, and I've got a badly damaged left hand, and it makes that ache. Therefore, I buy copious and apply copious amounts of Blue Emu, and it's just not good for you. It rots your teeth. It is bad for your health. Refined sugar is very bad for your health. Two things Native Americans did not have a problem with, and that was a sweet tooth. They'd get honey and they'd get things that were mildly sweet out of nature, and the other was whiskey, alcohol. And to my siblings on here, you've got Native American blood in you, and you need to avoid the sweet stuff and avoid the alcohol, because it will affect you. I have a friend that's a geneticist. Just a second. Her name's Melba Ketchum. She's a doctor of veterinary medicine, but she's also a biochemist and a geneticist and a DNA expert. And she point blank in a private conversation. Now, of the folks watching this, my friend Chris knows who I'm talking about. I know he does. She told me that Native Americans have an extra gene that makes them amenable to being an alcoholic, to being an addict on different things. And she would know what she's talking about. I'm not a geneticist, so I don't know. I've never known Melba to be dishonest about anything. She's been called dishonest, but I think she's a good gal. I'm going to get a sip. But, you know, that's why when Caucasians came over to this nation, it was so easy to entrap and basically defeat the native populations. And one thing many people do not understand, different tribes have different languages and different beliefs. They're not all lumped into one big general pool. That's stupid when someone views it as such. There are crossover words between Muskogee, Seminole, and Choctaw and a few other of the southern tribes, but they're not the same language. Even Chickasaw and Choctaw are not the same language. And a lot of people don't believe that, but that is true. They're not the same language. But they all have one thing in common, and that is there are certain ailments that are common to Native Americans that still are a genetic problem. One of which is sugar diabetes. They didn't have any defense against refined sugar. They just didn't. And over the generations, it has really created a problem for natives. It has. Now, I got off on a sidetrack, and I need to get off of that sidetrack. I need to let everybody watching this know that I love them. I do. Mom and John, I hope you're going to stay warm up there in Noble. I love you. I hope you're doing well. My brother Michael up in Oklahoma City, stay warm. I love you. My sister Randy up in Edwin, you and your family, stay warm and stay safe up there. To my friend Chris Kimball in Florida, one of these days, I keep threatening Linda and I will show up. We've got the parts in there to get her car done. My son Chris is supposed to come over next week while the kids are out of school and repair it. Then I got to put some rubber on the thing, and then we'll be able to go wherever we want to. But Chris, one of these days, Linda and I are going to scoot down to Florida and see you. To my buddy Monty, M-O-N-T-Y Jones, I hope you're doing well, brother. I always enjoy your communications and your little phone texts and stuff. They're a hoot. To my friend Shelly Dion in Illinois, I thoroughly enjoy watching your little tidbits on YouTube and on Facebook, and I hope your mother's doing well. I'm still praying for her a lot. And to my friend David Talaga in Illinois, I hope you're doing okay, Bubba. I pray for you too. And Jackie Brill, SANDS, I pray for you and yours up there in Tennessee. Well, folks, that's pretty much all I got to say today. I'm actually feeling pretty good after having a rough night. I had to go get Brandon from work. He's got respiratory problems, so I took him over to my son Chris's house for a breathing treatment. But like that sign right there says, be kind. Man, if everybody would just try to be kind to one another, you know, this would be a lot better place to live. And don't worry, Jesus is coming back soon. The ultimate example of kindness. Love you, God bless you, and bye.